In early December 2025, important announcements were made regarding the future of Avistar, the Ulyanovsk aircraft manufacturing facility within the United Aircraft Corporation. Based on information disclosed on Telegram by Governor Alexei Ruskik, the facility has been assigned the responsibility of greatly boosting its production output. This step is preceded by another important event for the enterprise and the region. On December 2nd, President Vladimir Putin signed a decree to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the establishment of the Avistar branch of PJSCIL in 2026. Governor Ruskik expressed confidence that federal assistance would act as a catalyst for Avistar's growth and enable the simultaneous launch of new regional infrastructure initiatives. Avistar holds an outstanding legacy and plays a vital role in Russian aviation. The division of PJSCIL was founded on June 10, 1976, coinciding with the start of construction of the plant's primary facility in Ulyanovsk. Over time, an entire residential district known as Novy Gorod developed on land that once consisted of fields and pastures, and it now accommodates approximately 140,000 residents. Over several decades, Avistar established itself as a central hub in Russia's aerospace sector, manufacturing major military transport aircraft and supporting employment, infrastructure development, social programs, and the training of multiple generations of aviation specialists. In today's environment of sanctions, import substitution, and supply chain restructuring, the facility continues to hold strategic importance. With a planned large-scale modernization and expansion, Avistar's role may become even more significant for both the aviation industry and the socio-economic stability of the Ulyanovsk region. At present, Avistar serially manufactures modernized heavy military transport aircraft, IL-76-90A, along with IL-78-90A aerial refueling tankers derived from them. The facility also produces components for other programs, including the medium-range passenger aircraft, MC-21, the light transport aircraft IL-112V, and the regional aircraft IL-114-300. However, production volumes of the IL-76-90A remain limited, with 6 aircraft produced in 2024 and 7 in 2025. This is due to the complex technological requirements of the modernized aircraft, which feature new engines, redesigned wings, reinforced landing gear, upgraded radio and navigation systems, and advanced protection systems. Scaling production is impossible without full modernization, expanded capacity, new equipment, and stabilized supply chains. For this reason, Governor Ruskik emphasized the objective of increasing output, with federal authorities promising support as a key driver for overcoming technological limitations and expanding capability. One of the major announcements was Avistar's plan to begin producing 2 new aircraft models, the IL-100 and the IL-276. The IL-276 is a smaller, twin-engine variant of the IL-76, offering reduced payload capacity but better suitability for specific military and transport missions. According to Governor Ruskik, this aircraft will play a distinct role within military transport capabilities. The IL-100 is a new project currently in the design stage and closely resembles in many aspects the well-known heavy transport aircraft, often compared to the An-124 Ruslan. Introducing these models will require major technical reconfiguration of Avistar, with early estimates placing the required investment at approximately 48 billion rubles. These funds are expected to finance modern equipment purchases and the replacement of outdated machinery. This is more than a simple expansion of the product line. Combined with workforce development, technological renewal, and government support, it could position Avistar as one of Russia's primary centers for transport aviation in coming years. Parallel to aircraft development, a significant effort is underway to expand the workforce. The goal is to increase Avistar's staff from approximately 12,000 to approximately 20,000 employees. This expansion requires not just recruitment, but also training of new specialists, including engineers, technicians, and experts in advanced aviation technologies. The facility is currently implementing a personnel training program under national and regional initiatives supporting aviation and engineering. Social support measures are also being applied, including assistance with mortgages through lump sum payments and partial interest subsidies, helping attract and retain skilled workers. Modernization efforts are taking place simultaneously, with new machine tools and updated equipment being introduced to meet production demands for new aircraft assembly. Federal support has played a central role in these developments, as reflected by the presidential decree commemorating Avistar's 50th anniversary. Governor Ruskick noted that this milestone is both a reason for celebration and an opportunity to stimulate enterprise growth, strengthen regional infrastructure, and improve living conditions in the so-called City of Aircraft Manufacturers. Infrastructure projects may include new housing, social support programs, transport upgrades, and improved services for workers and veterans. Given the scale of modernization and production expansion, Avistar is poised to act as a regional economic driver, improving employment prospects, income levels, technical infrastructure, and social well-being. Despite these ambitious goals, several challenges and risks remain. Technological and manufacturing complexity is a major factor, as modern aircraft require advanced equipment, highly qualified personnel, and stable supply chains. Until the re-equipment program is complete, outdated machinery may limit production efficiency. Workforce shortages are another pressing issue, since training and retaining experts takes time amid a persistent shortage of skilled labor in Russian aviation and engineering. Financially, even with billions allocated, success depends on timely funding and efficient use of resources. Delays, corruption risks, or bureaucracy may hinder progress. Market demand also poses uncertainty. The IL-100 and IL-276 primarily target military needs, meaning demand relies heavily on government procurement and defense budgets. External factors, including sanctions, logistical difficulties, import substitution pressures, and component supply disruptions, introduce further complications. If these plans proceed successfully, they could bring significant benefits for the region: new jobs, skilled professionals, social programs, improved living standards, and infrastructure upgrades could revitalize the city of aircraft builders. For the industry, Avistar could emerge as a flagship of Russian aviation, especially in military transport, with new aircraft lines and expanded capacity, strengthening national defense and logistics. For the broader economy, increased production, deeper supply chain involvement, and growth in related industries, such as metalworking, engineering, and composite materials, could positively influence the industrial ecosystem. Symbolically, celebrating the plant's 50th anniversary and naming 2026 the year of the aircraft builder underscores the government's long-term strategic priority for Avistar. Avistar is now approaching a potential turning point in its history. Established 50 years ago as a leading domestic aviation plant, it has experienced decades of change amid shifting political and economic conditions. New challenges, such as sanctions, import substitution, and technological modernization, have required major adjustments in production planning. Today, with strong political commitment, federal support, and regional prioritization, Avistar has an opportunity to protect its current capabilities and significantly expand them. Launching serial production of the IL-100 and IL-276, increasing IL-76-90A output, implementing extensive technical upgrades, and expanding the workforce, all signal an ambitious attempt to elevate Russia's aviation industry in the coming years. However, the results will depend on effective management, disciplined use of funds, and the successful resolution of technological and personnel difficulties. If implemented properly, Avistar could rise to a new level and reclaim the leadership role originally envisioned in 1976. If you think the video was informative, please like, subscribe, and share. Please also take membership of the channel to encourage us.